What are you, fighting with that tuft of grass? Man, this cool weather has him acting squirrely. I do also have a brief update on my little feral heifer that thinks she's a racehorse, and she is doing very well. However, she has reverted back to her feral roots because we haven't had much time to spend with her. And yes, that is her 14-year-old mama standing next to her. She's actually 14 and a half now, and she will be 15 in April. Originally, I always said that mama would be able to live out her life here, but after the way that she behaved when her little heifer calf, her little sweet angel baby that tried to run through the fence and run around this pasture 100 times, after she had her, she turned into a wild mama, and she's a teeny bit aggressive towards my husband, a tad bit aggressive towards me, and that's definitely not something I'm going to tolerate. So we'll see how this progresses as she's raising this calf, and probably this will be her last calf that she raises because I can't have an angry mama here, can I? She still does not have a name. It does need to start with an N. I just have not sat down and figured out a name. But if you have suggestions, maybe I'll do a poll or something. But she's so adorable. Yes, Mama, we hear you. Blake also just came to the realization that that sweet little baby calf that thinks she's a racehorse is Noelle's sister. He did not realize that before. And Noelle is still his best friend. She loves him, he loves her. It's a happily ever after. These evenings are my favorite. The school year has started. I'm mentally exhausted, and all I want to do is come out here and hang out with my cows. So it is nice. The weather is cooler. Of course, it is going to start raining here momentarily. I had my first official day of classes today. I do find myself missing what I had at CLV, both the facilities and the students and the people I worked with. It's just a weird transition, and I've been at Cat Little Valley for 6 years, so it's just a bunch of whole new beginnings, and it looks drastically different from where I was. I did also pick up the half of beef that we sent to the processor 2 weeks ago, and for a grass-fed and grass-finished steer, I was very impressed by the marbling that that steer had. And although it was one of my children's really pets, he wasn't home raised. We bought him at a year old, but he was a pet of a student of mine. So from now on, no steers are ever getting names, ever. His name was Big Mac, but it didn't make it any easier. And I told Blake when we sent him, the boys were sad, and I said, you guys have heifers that will become mama cows and you will have them forever. So I did tell them that if they ever felt sad, they could go and spend some time and give hugs and good scratches and pets to Noelle and Maddie, who's down there. It does suck, but it's also a part of having livestock. So my 8-year-old is having a more challenging time coming to grips with it. Blake is a little bit better, 5-year-old. I don't know if my 8-year-old will ever be able to do an auction market steer, at least not for quite a few years yet. And I'm going to be honest, when I was that age, I had a tough time coming to grips with it too. And I made the mistake of naming a steer. And that was the last steer that I ever named.